Hey everyone, welcome to my Indie Devlog, a new beginning. I'm excited to share the progress that I've been making on my game and explain where I've been. I hope you enjoy this video. Before we dive into the prototype, I wanted to show you what I'm using to develop the game and how players will experience the game. This is the Oculus headset, and through those lenses you'll experience the world. You'll get a sense of scale and be able to look around corners and truly be immersed in the world that I'm creating. With the right controller, you can reach into the world and manipulate objects. You can pull them back and forward with the thumbstick and move them around and throw them. With the left stick, you control Zara. You can move around with the thumbstick, attack with the trigger, and jump with the grip button. Combining both of these controllers, you can reach into the world and manipulate objects and use other abilities which all help Zara, while Zara explores the world and fights. It's a relationship between you and the character, and I hope it's going to turn into a great experience. This is actually similar to games that I made before. Ray the Robot is a game that won the Epic Games Mega Jam 2017. I've always had a fondness for third-person games, and I want to actually make a commercial third-person VR game. Let's take a look at the prototype. I'm excited to show this off. It's been a long time since I've shared my work online. This is Zara, and this is a prototype level that I built. Zara came together last week in a prototype, and the world came together this week alongside the interactions. What you see here is the first iteration of combat, an enemy that will attack you when within range, and you can attack them and knock them back. I'm not 100% certain on the combat style yet, but just having those animations in, the sound effects, and some basics of combat gives me an indication of where to go. What you see here is a kind of fan tool. It blows wind and allows Zara to move up to surfaces that are higher than she could possibly jump or reach. And here is a test to just see the jumping. So there will be quite a bit of platforming in this game in combination with world interactions and the physics and the combat systems. What you see here is the interaction system. There are parts of the world that Zara can't get through herself, and that's one of the big things I wanted to use VR for, to give the player this sense of immersion in the world, this sense that they are this being in the world that can manipulate and break things down, move blocks, create bridges, eventually throw bombs and destroy walls, and all those fun things that you do in other games. And all of these abilities that I eventually plan on inputting into the game will strengthen your relationship with Zara as you use them to help her get through the world. And Zara isn't weak. As you can see, she can run and platform and fight. But there are certain things that she relies on you, her guardian in a way, to manipulate and use to get through the world. And within this world, it's hard to tell on a computer screen, of course, but I want this sense of scale. So in VR, that looks quite deep, and it's, it looks scary to fall into. Same thing with the buildings. Even though this is a block out, the height of things, you get a real sense of presence. What you see here is the physics that I'm working on, and I want objects to feel like they have weight, so I'm lerping the movement with a physics handle. Here are some rolling boulders, probably inspired by Zelda, because I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild lately. I want a lot of hazards in the world that challenge the player in timing and movement, and hazards that challenge the player and Zara to work together where you can potentially block things from rolling in. I want to mix up the gameplay a lot and not just have it be a hack and slash. I truly want it to feel like a physical world combined with elements of hack and slash games collecting games and exploration. The genre I can think of the most is an action-adventure game. Here we have the wind environment objects again. This time you use them to progress forward, and you have to use the momentum to carry yourself and get over these holes in the ground, these missing parts of bridges. And here is the final encounter within this small prototype level where you fight the two enemies. I haven't polished the enemy AI yet, so it's one at a time at the moment. As I did mention, this is 2 weeks of progress, so nothing's perfect, but I'm pretty happy with what I have. I made this final bit here to test out dynamic lighting in VR. Dynamic lighting can be a bit of an issue because the rendering costs so much. So you'll see here I bring this cube over and its shadow is dynamic, which you'll see in a moment. What I've found is you can have a few dynamic actors. So I want to make good use of lighting because when you're in virtual reality, you really take notice of all the shadows and the lights. That's the main reason I have these indoor-outdoor areas. It looks really nice. Eventually I want this to be a ruined castle, as the game isn't just going to be level to level, it's actually going to be an interconnected world. You'll have an overworld and these areas that you go into. That was the end of the prototype. I hope you liked it. Let me know your thoughts on it. And I actually have a blog that I've written which has other details. I want to combine my blog and the vlog, the video log, together to explain as much of the game as possible. In terms of where I've been, it's nothing really that major. I've just been caught up with life, and I've been caught up with prototyping and trying different games out, and going through a self-discovery process within game development. It's taken about 6 to 7 months, but I figured out what I want to do, and I'm excited to be back. I also want to thank you for watching. I would be shocked if people would still watch these videos. It's been such a long time. It's going to take me a while to build my audience back up, but that's not the important thing here. The important thing for me is just being creative, sharing my work, and interacting with whoever comments. In the past, I definitely got way too caught up with subscribers and view counts, and it takes a lot of the fun out of YouTube. It's a bit soul-crushing. So part of my time away was to realize that the views don't matter and the amount of comments don't matter. It's sharing my work that always mattered. Ever since the first video I ever did, which was a speed level design, all I wanted to do was share my work with people and see what they thought. So here is my devlog, here is the game. I hope you like it, and this is going to be the game that I complete. I have decided to commit to this game 100% no matter what happens. I hope you'll stick with me for the journey. I called this one Indie Devlog because I don't want to do Journey to Steam. I want to focus on just Indie Devlog and just keep it all about development. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out the blog. And I also have a Discord server which you can check out, which will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I will see you all in the next video.